Welcome. Bankers Insurance Group is proud to announce a new integrated private flood solution. Essentially, we're offering access to the new emerging private flood market. What you will do to access a private flood quote is walk through a basic National Flood Insurance Policy quote on our portal. They'll see up to 20% off the premium, and you will be contracting directly with the underlying carrier that we've integrated with this process, and I'll go through all of that today in our webinar. Essentially, there are two markets, the first one being Chubb. Chubb is looking for residential, commercial, and RCBAP policies. For residential, we're looking at around $250,000 maximum limit for buildings, $100,000 for content. There is a limit on the replacement cost for these policies. It will be $1 million. For commercial, the maximum replacement cost allowed is $2 million. The coverages are eligible up to $2 million, which is $1.5 million over what the current NFIP limit is. It's just set at $500,000. For select RCBAPs, the private market may be a fit, but they do have a limit of only $5 million, and that also follows the amount of replacement costs they're allowed to purchase with that as well. They're offering wraparound products. There's a $5,000 additional living expense coverage they can endorse to the private program for only $40. For your commercial clients, there will be a business interruption or loss of rent additional endorsement coverage on the Chubb product. It is subject to a 30-day waiting period, and it must be purchased with building coverage at time of binding. Channel, the second private flood market, is looking for negatively elevated B zones and risk in the CBRA zone. For those in the CBRA zones, you will have to email the dual underwriters and they will find a market for you if it's one of the policies that is ineligible for NFIP coverage. And they will email you back the quote if they can find a market. The V zones will work seamlessly as you bridge over to the private portal. So how it works. Once you walk through an NFIP policy and you get your premium, you'll notice a button will appear that says Apply for Private Coverage under your I-Want-To dashboard. If they're interested in finding out what the private market can offer them, go ahead and select that button. You'll go ahead and complete the questionnaire. Has this property had prior flood losses? If you say yes, it will advise you they're ineligible for the private market. Special exceptions will be made for mitigated homes after Hurricane Sandy, but those must be emailed to Dole to review and make exceptions for. Otherwise, if eligible for additional living expense or loss of income, you will have to add in the coverages on this screen before you hit next. If they're ineligible for either of these coverages because the private flood program that came back does not offer them, you will get a notification that says they do not qualify for additional coverage options. Once you've selected all the coverages you'd like to add, go ahead and hit the Submit button if everything looks right on the screen. Now, it's the first time you submit and bridge over to Dual a private flood application, a digital contract will appear. If you are not the decision maker for your agency and do not have signature authority on your agency's behalf, do run this through an office manager or who that person is for your agency and ensure they are okay with you offering a private flood quote and contracting with this E&S market. Now, Dual is A-rated and backed by Lloyd's of London, which is also A-rated. And these have been flood programs that have been around for some time. But before you click this contract, do run it by somebody with the authority to make that decision. If you get the yes, go ahead to the bottom of this contract screen and click on the button that says Accept and Agree. Once you agree to contract with Dual, you'll bridge over to their private flood platform. It's going to pull over all of the underlying information you put in the NFIP quote, and you'll hit the Continue button once it finishes loading and says your quote is ready. As soon as you click Next, your private flood quote will be instantly available. You'll notice the premium here says $1,815 roughly. If I click the button on the right that says switch to agency bill, the premium will decrease by 4%. You will then, as the agent, if they opt for that option, get the premium from your client, subtract your commission portion, and send it over with the application to Dual to bind coverages within 10 days of submission. On this main screen, you'll also see your quote document, and this will give you the overview of the coverages, the waiver, the excess and surplus form you're required to complete, and additional information about the quote, which you can instantly download or have emailed to your client. So say we were playing this to see what the 4% discount was, and I clicked on the button that says switch to agency bill. My new view is going to change to say switch to direct bill. This is the only button you'll play with to toggle between agency and direct bill, and you'll notice the premium has changed. So now the premium with a 4% discount is down to $1,746. Once you've settled on how they're going to pay and if they'd like to proceed, you can select the purchase by credit card or purchase by check button on the far right side to continue with binding this quote. To purchase the policy, you do need to have your underlying documents in a digital format ready to be uploaded to the policy. It, in fact, will not allow you to continue without the uploaded documents if it knows you put elevation figures in the underlying quote. So do make sure you have that ready. Once you upload the documents, you're ready to sign the quote. So go ahead and click here to sign, and it will guide you step by step through the e-signature process. So you'll click here to sign, and then get started. If you have any issues, there is a Guide Me icon that will be in the upper right-hand corner of every page, taking you step by step for all the signatures that are required. Once you complete this phase, you'll be confirming the email addresses, both the insured and the agent, and then you'll select Complete Purchase. You'll notice on this page the underwriter's contact information will be provided, along with the billing primary contact in case there's an issue where you put through a credit card more than once. They just made it out there. They just posted it out there for your convenience. So go ahead and put in those emails, Complete Purchase, and you are done. Within 48 hours, 2 emails will be sent to the agent, and a copy of the policy will be emailed directly to the insured. Now, I want to quickly go over the waiver for private flood coverage. This is automatically included in your private flood quote. It does briefly discuss the impact to grandfathering and pre-firm homes that have a subsidized rate that might find an increased cost to return to the flood program at a later date. Maybe they refinance, have an issue with a lender. So this is just your protection to discuss leaving the flood program for this discounted premium and additional coverages and what exposures they may be facing. It is not a fit for everyone, but if they have an elevation certificate and you know they're above the base flood, they're probably a good fit for the private market. So E&O exposure, again, make sure this waiver is signed. We did include it in the application for your protection because leaving the NFIP can make a policy ineligible for subsidy if it's a pre-firm structure, and they could find rates very similar to bigger waters that we saw in 2013 that went from $2,000 overnight to $40,000 where they had extreme negative elevations and were forced to rate at an actuarial rate. So do keep that in mind if trying to quote a pre-firm structure on the private market. Now, most clients might want to think about the quotes and the comparison of the two and get back to you. So as of September 5th, we'll be turning on private flood access for our agents, and it'll be on your dashboard. This is your one-stop shop on our flood portal for all of your flood needs, including private. So you'll just go down to the bottom, select private flood quotes, look for your client's name, and it's going to take you back to the quote screen of the NFIP quote. You can then view the private coverage or reapply for private coverage. If you select view, that's you moving forward as it was originally quoted to bind the policy. You can use the reapply for private coverage to see if there's additional living expense or loss of use or business interruption coverages or something they want to add on. You will have to reapply to do the questionnaire to rerun that rate. But you will do that all through our flood portal. It's integrated and pretty seamless process. Now claims. In our FAQ guide, it does advise on who to contact at time of loss. Again, this is something we've integrated to our portal, but you will be contracting directly with Dual. So you will contact them to open your claims. We will not do it for you because we are not the entity or have the system to do so. So make sure you have this phone number or email available at time of loss. We will be posting all of these FAQs and contact information, of course, on our website and on our training portal for your convenience. Now, if you have additional questions or unique situations you'd like to run by them, certainly don't hesitate to reach out and see if maybe they have a market available for you for those COBRA zones, or if you have additional questions on existing policy, definitely reach out to Terry or Louise, and we'd be happy to assist you. Now, private flood for you can help with retention, especially for those clients with secondary homes that aren't buying coverage because the cost is too high. This program can cut a flood rate by as much as 20%, which can be substantial savings for some of your clients. And it's a value differentiator for your agency, for commercial clients looking for that loss of use and business interruption. It can be a game changer. And ALE, additional living expense, is currently excluded on the National Flood Insurance Program. So it helps you add more value to your client should they suffer a loss. If there are pending storms and we have closed down a state, it will be a message on the Dual site when you bridge over. We will try to communicate that in our email blast and post that on our portal for you as well. But do keep in mind, if you're seeing homeowners and commercial and P&C coverages shutting down due to a pending storm, the odds are pretty good the private flood has followed that because it is an at-risk product. And if you have any questions, certainly feel free to reach out to us. Again, we are very excited to offer this new product. If you want to follow up or discuss anybody, you can email me, or you can reach out to Inside Sales at 1-800-627-0000, extension 4900. We appreciate your partnership. Have a great day.